Welcome to Growth Formula. Success is not a coincidence. Success is a formula. Join our transformation journey and subscribe now.
Success is not a coincidence. Success is a formula. Last time, we decoded the 7 habits that build a character of greatness. But today, we are facing a truth so cold, so uncomfortable, that most people spend their entire lives running away from it. Today, we stop trying to do it all and start facing our limitations. Welcome to Growth Formula. Today, we are dismantling the cult of productivity with Oliver Burkeman's revolutionary masterpiece, 4,000 Weeks. Assume you live until you are 80. Do you know how much time that is? It's not an eternity. It is exactly 4,000 weeks. That's it. That is your entire bank account of life. If you are 40 years old, you only have 2,000 weeks left. If you are a college student, you have already spent nearly 1,000 weeks just growing up. Most of us live as if we have an infinite supply of time. We spend our days clearing out our inboxes, rushing through tasks, and postponing joy, thinking that once I get through this busy period, I'll finally start living. But here's the soul-crushing truth. The busy period never ends. The more efficient you become, the more work you attract. We are obsessed with time management because we are terrified of our own mortality. We want to feel like we are in control of a world that is fundamentally uncontrollable. But you cannot dominate time. You can only live within it. Oliver Burkeman calls this the efficiency trap. In the industrial age, work had a beginning and an end. A farmer worked until the sun went down, and then he was done. Today, with our smartphones and constant connectivity, the work is infinite. We have been lied to by the productivity industry. We were told that if we just find the right app, the right morning routine, or the right life hack, we could finally get everything done. This is the biggest lie of the 21st century. If you become twice as fast at answering emails, you'll just get twice as many replies. You're not clearing the water out of the boat, you're just using a bigger bucket to pour more water in. This creates a poisonous way to live, where we are always living for the future. We treat time as a resource to be squeezed, optimized, and conquered. We have lost the ability to simply be. We are so busy preparing for a life that never arrives that we are missing the only thing we actually have, the present moment. Think about your last vacation. Were you actually there, or were you busy planning the next activity, taking the perfect photo, or worrying about the work waiting for you back home? The secret to effectiveness in a finite life is not to do everything. It is to decide what not to do. Burkeman argues that we must become strategic procrastinators. You cannot eat at every restaurant, read every book, or master every skill. Every choice you make is an act of sacrifice. When you say yes to one thing, you are inherently saying no to 1,000 others. Most people fail because they are paralyzed by FOMO, the fear of missing out. They try to keep all their options open, which is the fastest way to achieve nothing. They refuse to commit to one path because they don't want to lose the others. But true wisdom is found in JOMO, the joy of missing out. It is the realization that your time is finite, and that finiteness is what makes it precious. If you had forever, nothing would matter. If you could live 1,000,000 years, your wedding day, the birth of your child, or your greatest achievement would be meaningless because you could just repeat them forever. The fact that you will die is what gives your choices weight. Stop trying to clear your plate. Accept that some things must remain undone. Choose your no with pride. To achieve greatness in your 4,000 weeks, you must master the stay on the bus principle. We live in a world of endless distractions and novelty. As soon as a project gets difficult or boring, we jump off the bus and try a new one. We think a new app, a new hobby, or a new job will solve our existential anxiety. But the anxiety is built into the human condition. The only way to reach a meaningful destination is to stay on the bus through the boredom and the struggle. This is what separates the greats from the average. The greats aren't people who never got bored. They are people who decided that the goal was more important than the temporary discomfort of boredom. Patience is not just waiting, it is the ability to tolerate the fact that things take the time they take. You cannot hack a tree into growing faster. You cannot hack a deep relationship. You must surrender to the speed of reality. In a world of speed, the person who can tolerate boredom becomes a superpower. The biggest source of our stress is the belief that we should be able to control how our time goes. We create elaborate schedules and feel like a failure when life interrupts them. But life is nothing but interruptions. Burkeman teaches us to embrace the finitude. When you accept that you will never get everything done, the pressure disappears. You stop struggling to reach the surface of the water and start swimming in it. This is the ultimate paradigm shift. Effectiveness is not about mastering your time. It's about making peace with the fact that time is your master. When you stop rushing towards a future that doesn't exist, you finally become available for the life you are actually living. Think about the concept of the next great thing. We are always looking for it, the next promotion, the next house, the next relationship. But what if there is no next? What if this right now is the main event? We have become obsessed with settling our debts with the future, but we ignore the reality of the present. We treat our 4,000 weeks as a hurdle to be cleared. We think of our time as something we spend or waste. But you don't have time. You are time. You are a finite stretch of duration. Burkeman suggests we should practice doing nothing. In a world designed to keep you busy, sitting still is a radical act of rebellion. It allows you to see the world as it really is, not as a set of problems to be solved. If you can't tolerate the discomfort of being in the present, you will always be a slave to the next task. This is where the growth formula meets the reality of the human soul. You must learn to inhabit your time, not just use it. Stop viewing your hobbies as productive activities. Go for a walk just to walk. Read a book just to read. When everything must serve a future goal, nothing is enjoyable in the present. The universal dog work is another concept we must face. We spend so much time doing work we hate, to buy things we don't need, to impress people we don't like. We are caught in a cycle of instrumental living. We do X to get Y, but eventually the Y becomes the new X. We are never satisfied. Burkeman calls us to find activities that are autotelic, things worth doing for their own sake. If the only reason you are working is to reach retirement, you are wasting the best years of your 4,000 weeks. Success in the growth formula means finding meaning in the process, not just the result. It means acknowledging that you are a finite creature in an infinite world. You have limited energy, limited focus, and limited weeks. When you stop pretending to be a god who can do everything, you finally gain the freedom to do something that actually matters. In the end, your 4,000 weeks are not a problem to be solved. They are a gift to be lived. Success is not about how much you can squeeze into your life, but about what you choose to focus on while you're here. The world is full of infinite possibilities, but you only have finite capacity. Trying to bridge that gap is the source of all human misery. Stop waiting for the perfect version of yourself to appear. Stop treating your life as a waiting room for a better future. You are here, now, with all your limitations and flaws, and that is enough. The growth formula today is simple. Accept your finitude. Choose your sacrifices wisely, and most importantly, stop rushing. You're already there. If you found this breakdown valuable, don't let the cycle stop here. Hit the subscribe button to join our community and unlock the secrets of the world's greatest books. Every week, we bring you a new formula for success. How are you spending your 4,000 weeks? Are you still trying to do it all, or have you finally chosen your no? Let us know in the comments below. Let's grow together.